Hey everybody, this is Jordan. This video is being recorded on Wednesday, March 6, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, and I hope to make it a short one, I'm going to show you a gold breakout analog, essentially a chart that shows gold's performance on the current scale, the performance from 6 breakouts dating back to the first one in 1978. Also have another chart or two to include. So let's get right to it. Okay, so this isn't the analog, but this is setting up the analog. So gold here, gold versus the S&P 500 here, because you know that I always have to talk about this indicator. And I was curious how it looked. At first, I was just looking at this, and then I thought, oh, I should probably add in gold against the stock market and see how that looks. So these are, I think, the most important historical breakouts. This one in 1978, of course, it went parabolic. This one in, I think this was late 2002, maybe early 2003. You can see it kind of broke out here. It had to move up quickly, then retested it, then steady increase here. Now, 2005, this was a really significant breakout because you had this resistance here, you know, in the 400s, mid to low 400s, and of course, boom, you had the huge explosion there. Then after that, a correction, consolidate, another breakout. Then this one after the global financial crisis. Then gold had a very strong run there. And the most recent one, 2019, which was a 6-year breakout. Although this was a breakout from a bottoming formation. So it wasn't, most breakouts you tend to see are from like a bullish continuation pattern, which this one that we've seen in the last week, obviously this is a bullish continuation pattern. So anyway, just wanted to go over those quickly, and then we can see how gold against the stock market performed. And pretty much every time, other than right here, pretty much every time, and that was the weakest of the breakout moves. But aside from that, we can see, even here, strong move here. This one in 2009, not that strong, but you did have a pop here and then later that pop. So anyway, it's master of the obvious, but if we're going to have a strong breakout move, gold will have to outperform the stock market. Okay, here is the analog chart. So this is daily data. Now, I don't know how to do this in Excel, but I didn't include holidays because I'm not quite sure how to do that. So when you see here, this is the end of November, but when you throw in holidays, it's probably the middle of December. So these months here, you can add, a couple weeks to it. But anyway, so this is plotted on the current scale, and I started with the point of the breakout. So this is basically, this might be a misprint here, but I basically started this, I think, at 2095, being on the current scale. And so here we can see in the colors. And so I circled 1, 2, 3, and then the other one here, 2002, which is the weakest 4. And then you have the two strongest. This is obviously the 78 to 1980. This is way off. I had to cut it off because it just would have distorted the look of everything else. This one did stop at 4,000. So this was a 2009 to 2011. And these other ones, I just stopped them here because I'm more focused on inside of the first year or two. And if you recall, after 2007, you have the 2008 correction. What color is this? 2019, after 2019. Obviously, we've had this 3.5 year consolidation. This one, I think this was, this was 2007. This was 2005. Just be lenient with me, okay? You guys should know by now I'm colorblind, so it takes me a moment. But, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and this one, if we're looking here, this is probably, we can call this early January. But the point I'm trying to get at is basically all of these hit really close to 3,000 in 9 or 10 months or so, in the first 9 or 10 months after the breakout. In my editorial, I talked about 2350, 2500. Then you have the measured upside target of 3000. So if this is a real breakout, this gives a picture of where it could go, at least over the next year or so, maybe a little bit beyond that. So we'll get back to this later. One more chart, and that's silver. I wanted to throw in silver here. So this was the plot that we had in the first chart, the same vertical lines marking the breakouts, and this is silver. So let's look how silver performed. And yes, at some point I'll do a silver bull analog. So the 1978 breakout, silver was trending up into that, and after gold broke out, silver was pretty close to breaking out, but we can see, vertical move. This one here in late 2002, silver didn't really take off for a while. So even after this gold breakout, silver underperformed. This one here, silver outperformed pretty soon. The 2005 breakout, silver broke out almost immediately after gold broke out. I mean, within a month or two, so pretty quickly. Then you have this one in 2007 where it took silver some time to break out, but this was the weakest one because this was in the summer of 2007. And then this one was also a delayed breakout in silver. So gold breaks out, I think, in October 09, and silver doesn't break out until like the middle of 2000 or almost a year later. And then finally we have this one here. Yes, the 2019 move. So after that breakout in gold, silver did have a nice move. But what we can see from just taking a quick look at silver is that there's a lot of variance here. There are some points where gold breaks out and silver immediately will start outperforming gold and then break out really soon and run right with gold. And then there's some other points where, silver performed well, but it took it longer to break out. I mean, in some cases a year, like we saw here after 2009. So there is some variance with respect to silver's performance after gold breaks out. But nevertheless, if we're looking at all of these, silver does eventually trend higher. I mean, boom, you had the little weight here, boom, boom, boom. Again, big move initially, then consolidation and weight, then a huge boom. So look, if gold is, the conclusion here is if gold is going to get to 2,700 or 3,000 by the end of the year, or, call it next January, silver is going to move with it. But I mean, so there's two questions. There's one, where is gold going to go? Which of those targets is it going to hit? And then second, is silver going to run with gold? Is it going to outperform gold, or is it going to lag gold? So here's the picture for you. You can look at this and let me know what you think in the comments. Are the answers to those questions? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video.